In August, just before the harvest, the air began to change in the village of Białowieża. Shadows grew longer, the scent of earth grew thick, and it always felt as if something was waiting behind every tree. Villagers said that come the 10th night, the old curse awakened. The dead would rise, the guilty vanished by the darkness, and the living suffered at the hands of the forest's creatures. First phase, the invitation of darkness. Jakub, new to the village, was only staying to care for his aunt, reported by neighbors to have suddenly grown cold, pale, and fearful. At first, he only listened to the wind's wails through the windows and arranged jars of salt, crucifixes, and garlic as the elders advised. On the 9th night of August, at midnight, he heard soft steps in the garden, like someone was drawing near, but there was no one there. When he looked out, no one was there, but a chill mist drifted across the yard, pounding cold dread through his heart. The next morning, 3 chickens were found shriveled by the well, bloodless, no bite marks, only tiny holes. The soil around them slicked with a strange black-stained substance. In the darkness, he heard his name called from the woods, Jakub, Jakub. Second phase, the first terror. While watching over his aunt, Jakub was visited by the old woman, Babcia Wanda, known for keeping the village's ancient tomes. The night of hunger has returned. Hide indoors, open for no one, no matter who knocks. Do not answer the cries or songs of children. They are the tricks of the accursed dead. One night, as he listened to his aunt's harsh breath, he heard a child's cry outside, begging for help. Jakub resisted the urge to open the door, but the sobbing just grew stronger. Help, so cold, help. Then the whimpers turned to laughter, deepening into the voice of an old man. Suddenly, his aunt screamed and pointed at the window. A woman's face, pale, pressed against the glass, hollow, bloodied eyes and long claws gripped the frame. Jakub hurriedly pressed his crucifix to the window, sprinkled salt along the sill, and felt the scream get caught and carried away by the wind. Third phase, the night of the lost. Slowly, villagers changed. Some stopped greeting others, their eyes perpetually swollen and shivering despite the heat. Several children simply didn't wake the next morning. In the town square, rumors buzzed. It truly was the Wampir returning, seeking new companions. On the night of August 10th, everyone locked themselves in, but a few still wandered into the woods, lured by the voices of lost relatives. None of those returned. The woods roared with crows, and their wings clattered like the rattling of bones. As Jakub prepared wine and bread at the altar, he noticed silhouettes multiplying outside his house. The garden wilted as if scourged by smoke. The freezing wind howled at the windows, screaming names and mournful cries that enveloped the entire house. Phase 4, Curse of the Forest. Jakub ventured out, carrying a lamp and blade, shrouded in dread and prayer. Deep within the forest, the light faded, and before him stood a crowd of Wampir, eyeless children, faceless elders, shadows dancing around a stony altar. They circled him, their voices singing, "Come, come, here there is no pain, no sun." He heard the legends that Wampir were driven by boundless sadness, rage, regret. A bloody-dressed woman approached Jakub. "You carry the village's history. Save your aunt. Surrender yourself to the darkness." On his knees, angry and afraid, Jakub recited the village's ancient prayer, pressing his blade to his hand as he invoked protection. The candle in his pocket blazed, the creatures screamed and scattered like a plague wind, leaving nothing but silence behind. Final phase, twisted light. He returned to the house, drenched in rain and sweat, shaken but grateful to find his aunt still alive. Yet each night he jolted awake in a chill, hearing a girl's gurgling song, and sometimes seeing red handprints on his window. Jakub changed, quieter, more watchful. Every year on the 10th night of August, the whispering and singing of the Wampir returned to Białowieża forest. The legend remains, never be lured by the invitation of darkness. The hunger of the forest's creatures is endless, and every tale of fear is reborn again and again.